You know, when I was at St. Lawrence Center, I was the dramaturge at the St. Lawrence Center, and we did 5 major plays in a season. And when we were opening a new play that I thought my mother would be interested in, I used to invite her to come to see the play. And then we would go upstairs into the upper lobby, where on opening nights we always had a reception. And everybody was there. The whole company was there, and all kinds of people in the theater and all kinds of people not in the theater, and people in the audience and so on. And so my mother used to enjoy that because she would meet members of the cast and so on. She enjoyed all that very much. And on one of those nights, she took me aside and she said, "Have you any idea how all these people are just following you around everywhere you go? That they're hanging on every word you say?" And I had to think about that. And I had, "No, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about." I mean, it's just we're here and the company and so on. I had not noticed. But I kept that in mind ever since. And then, of course, also as dramaturge at the St. Lawrence Center, I would speak at the first rehearsal. Dramaturge does that. Dramaturge talks about the new play, about its background, about what is needed for it, what goes into it, and so on. And those talks on the first rehearsal of a play became, I guess, rather memorable and rather important to some people who were there. And I suppose I was teaching. These things were happening without my being completely aware of it. I was teaching. And as my mother said, people were interested in what I had to say. And so when I was invited to come down to National Theatre School to talk to the first ever class of English-speaking playwrights at National Theatre School, they'd been teaching it in French, of course, but these were the first 3 English-speaking playwrights, asked me to come and teach them. And it took off from there. And then they wanted me to do history over here and something else over here. And I began, and I was a teacher at the National Theatre School. How it happened, I don't know, I drifted into it. And it went on from there, and it was there that I created the period study, which now has been one of my main contributions to the teaching of acting over many, many years. It all just happened that way. You look back over it at the end of 89 years, and you see how the threads come together and how, in fact, there has been a pattern.